So, what have we learned about walking robots so far? So this is version 1, and version 1 didn't work out very well simply because I had based the measurements on an actual dog, my dog, and turns out not optimal for getting it to walk because this version is just too flimsy to hold up. Just doesn't want to stay. Also, another problem is the longer the legs, the more leverage the weight has to actually turn the servo against itself. So it's trying to hold its position, and the leverage gained by this long leg turns the servo, causes it to stall. Now, this is version 2, and for version 2 I went abstract. I just made the legs are all actually the same length, and they're much shorter. And the idea was to avoid that. I also made it structurally sturdier. Now, as you can see, the way the motors are mounted, they're through the cardboard on the opposite side, whereas these I put on the same side, and that led to considerable weakness. I also had them turned the wrong way. So the legs are a little bit farther apart. The body I made smaller. I made it much thinner so to account for the length. So overall, it's about square where the dog paws touch. It's about square. And I learned that this will walk, but it walks very slowly. And part of that is that the torque on the bottom servos is still quite extreme. Even though I've shortened the legs, there's still too much torque. So what I learned was I need to keep those joints mostly upright so that that limits the amount of torque. See, when it's straight up and down, there's very little torque causing the servo to stall, to reach its stall point where it just can't hold its position. So for version 3, let me plug version 3 in. Get version 3 going. So for version 3, I'm making it remote control. And here it comes. And version 3 can stop. And it can back up. Go forward. I don't have it turning yet. That I'm still working on. But as you can see, I've changed the legs so that they look more like an actual dog. I put a head and a tail on it. One of the things I've noticed as it walks, it keeps the servos, well, that's not really true there, is it? But the torque on it doesn't always. And as you can see, the gait is also much improved over version 1. The idea is to keep all 4 legs on the ground half the time. And that turns out to be a limiting factor because, as you can see, these servos are moving as fast as they can to take a step. So that's the limiting factor, how fast these servos will actually move. Now, the dog looks a little too long, and that's okay because, as you can see, I've got some space that's unused between the front and rear legs. So I can make it a little bit shorter in version 4. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Now, as I shorten it, the step length will probably also decrease. I'm thinking having the dog's legs move more often, take steps more often, is probably visually better than having the dog's legs take as long a stride as they possibly can each time. I'm also going to look into steering, and the way I'm thinking about steering is to have the step length from here where it steps out. I'll show you that. As you can see, it just about straightens out. That's the longest step it can possibly take. So if I shorten the length of a step on one side, it should theoretically turn, kind of like skid steering or two-wheel steering. So that's what I'm currently working on. So version 4 will be better. All right, thank you for watching.